chaos in the streets, violent mobs clashing with the army, the death of paramilitary troopers as well as policemen. Pakistan's capital, Islamabad, was at the center of some of the most violent protests in the country this week. But what is behind the violence that led to the army invoking shoot-at-sight orders? The violence erupted late Monday when protesters demanding the release of Pakistan's jailed former premier, Imran Khan, entered the capital, Islamabad, in defiance of Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif's government effort to stifle the nationwide unrest. The capital was in lockdown since Saturday to curb and limit the growing unrest by Tehreek-e-Insaf Pakistan supporters or Imran Khan's supporters. According to Tribune.pk, the protesters demanded the revocation of 26th Constitutional Amendment, restoration of democracy, and the return of public mandate, as well as the release of political prisoners and most importantly among them, Imran Khan. Then gradually, after entering the capital, the protest turns rather violent. According to local media, 4 paramilitary troopers as well as 2 policemen were martyred in action, which invoked Article 245 today, under which the army was deployed and had the permission to shoot at sight should it come across any violent protesters defying the army orders. According to Al Jazeera, the military has already used tear gas shells to disperse the protesters who are planning to storm the capital's D Chowk, which is home to some of the most prominent government buildings in the country. Zulfi Bukhari, a spokesman for Khan's political movement, said one of the marchers was killed and 20 others were wounded as the authorities confronted the protesters. However, Pakistan authorities have blamed the Khan protesters or the Khan supporters, claiming the loss of life of their paramilitary and police personnel as well as the 119 who were injured. Pakistan Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif in a statement said, quote, "These disruptive elements do not seek revolution but bloodshed. This is not a peaceful protest, this is extremism," unquote. Since his arrest in 2023, there have been frequent calls by the PTI for Imran Khan's release. However, this time around, it was Imran Khan himself who reignited the calls for his release. After the Pakistan government approved some constitutional amendments which would give legislators more power in the country, some including Khan saw this as a way to limit or curb the powers of the Supreme Court and give more authority to the government. Imran Khan then issued a final call for a protest in Islamabad earlier this month to press for his release from jail. And we finally arrived to today, where protesters have reached the capital, demanding the release of their leader, who in their eyes remains innocent. For NDTV, this is Anviti.